What's up, everybody? It's the Masked Man here, This would be part 4 of what if Naruto was an Uchiha. This may look like Shisui, but it's not, because with Shisui, he has, you see the stress lines and stuff on his face. Naruto doesn't have them, so yes. This is Naruto. Even though it's supposed to be like a Shisui, but he looks a lot different than Shisui would, because it's a fan art, of course. So yeah. So I'm just gonna make that Naruto. As we left off with Naruto going on a training trip, and actually going to work with the Demono, being one of the Shinobi 12, also being okay. Also being there for 2 years training with Shikamaru. Shikamaru, of course, he was lazy most of the time, but he's become a level of Jonin, to say. As Naruto's become a level of high-ranking Jonin while they were there. Naruto learned a lot. What he could learn there. He sparred a lot with all the people there, and he also made friends there as well. Allowing him he would earn his sash that has the fire emblem on it. As I said before, Naruto wears regular Jonin outfits. He wears his regular Uchiha shirt, but now he wears his regular Uchiha shirt, alright, this high collar, the one that Shisui wears, just like that one. But with his shinobi pants, he has a sash now tied to his waist, but the thing with the sash is different than others. It was customized for Naruto because he already wore a sash it had the black sash with the red triangles that I made before. This one, it would be different. It would basically be white with the triangles, with now the Demono fire emblem on it as well, signifying that he was part of Shinobi 12. It would go down all the way down to the back of his knee, being almost as he wears the black shinobi pants as well. Afterwards, after the 2 years of training, Naruto then went training with Jiraiya. Naruto, turning the time with his travels with Jiraiya, he's made friends at different villages. Being villages within the land of fire, but also he went to the Sound and also the Mist village. Jiraiya's been heard that the Mist village is now over its war, and the bloodline limit side is won. Jiraiya got a mission from Shisui. Naruto and Jiraiya got a mission from Shisui to say that he wanted him to go see if he could work out a treaty with the Mist village. I think Haku and I think they died again. They died. Yeah, that's another what if I allowed them to live. I allowed them. I had them live, of course. As Naruto and Jiraiya went there now. Naruto making a couple of friends there, here and there, but mainly the Mizukage actually. Him and the Mizukage got along very well. Of course, she would be herself wanting to be married by a man. So Naruto got along with Mei very well, actually. Very well. Him and Mei are now, pretty good friends, honestly. He was there training to learn to use water style with Jiraiya while the treaty was getting talked about. Mei allowed the two to stay there and learn more about water style. And Jiraiya was actually also glad that he was able to learn more about the water style. Each village that has each great village is also named from, of course, the 5 great elements. The Mist village being the most known to use water style. lightning, as Kumo, the lightning village, but of course, no lightning. And so forth. You get what I'm going at. Sand with wind. Also, then earth with earth, of course. Then Leaf Village with fire. So each village has a lot more to know about each element, because they are named after those elements, and they mostly use those elements. Naruto got to learn more about, of course, the water style. Same with Jiraiya as well. They were there for about a month, as Naruto and Mei have become really close friends, honestly, over the time period. Naruto would always talk about how his elder brother is not the Hokage, and, well, we're an Uchiha. As Mei was very intrigued by this Shisui, by his elder brother, wanting to meet him, she has set up a conference with the Hokage, being Naruto's brother, to set up a treaty to say. As Naruto heard that, he goes, "Tell my little brother I said hi then. Thanks, Mizukage." He goes, "Please, again, just call me Mei. I'm fine with first name basis with you, Naruto. You are a good friend. I could tell you're a good person as well. Come visit me sometime. I really enjoy it, the company. Gets boring here." Naruto goes, "Okay, no problem. Mei." Goes Mei. Goes, As this basically they were leaving the village, of course. As while they were walking away after saying their goodbyes to everybody, Dry goes, "So, how'd you do with the busty Kage?" He goes, "Wait, what are you talking about?" He goes, "Wait, aren't you guys have like a thing or something?" He goes, "No, we're just friends. Come on, Privy Sage. You and your perverted ways, I swear." He goes, "Well, what?" He goes, Naruto goes, "I will admit, she's pretty hot, but at the same time, I only see her as a friend." He goes, "Do you like anybody to say?" He goes, I have some people in mind, Jiraiya Sensei, but that's really none of your business. Unless I decided to make it your business. So, how about we get on with the next training? I've learned water style. I naturally have wind and fire as well. So, how about we go say hi to Gaara? Hey, how about we go to Sand Village next? We are, well, of course, we are allies with them now, and I've heard that Gaara has become the Kazekage. He goes, "Oh, so you've been using my spy network? I've been training you to use it." He goes, "Yes, Jiraiya Sensei, I've been training for using your spy, to help you use your spy network, of course." He goes, "I guess we could go to Sand Village next. Plus, I'm sure they would be very grateful to see you." Naruto goes, "Alright." I don't really know what I made happen. I don't remember what happens between Gaara and Naruto, but I know Naruto still uses Talk no Jutsu and Gaara, that's for sure. I think Naruto and Gaara, I don't remember what really happened with the fight between the two, but I'm certain for sure that I know at some point I had Sasuke and Naruto use the Chidori together. So yeah. So while Jiraiya and Naruto were going through the village, going towards the Sand Village, as they sent a letter ahead, knowing that they're coming to visit and train a bit on the ways of the wind style for Naruto. As well, of course, the Kazekage allowed that. As with Gaara, he goes, "Yeah, he goes, my friend. You've been training hard," he sees, as he reads the note. He goes, "Good. I'll allow you guys to come here and learn more about the wind style." As that's what you wrote in the paper, and yes, as he sent it back. On their way there, after getting, the message back from the Kazekage, Naruto would ask Jiraiya, he goes, "Hey Jiraiya Sensei, can you tell me a little bit more about my mother's side of the family, being the Uzumaki, right? I would like to learn more of their techniques, of course, if that's okay with you." He goes, "Sure thing, kiddo. I trained the fourth Hokage, but the fourth Hokage was also your mother's best friend. She, well, they both were sealing masters, and they were really, really close friends, of course. But at the same time, I got to learn a lot about the Uzumaki while training Minato. So yes, I'll tell you a little about your clan, your second clan. Because they were a clan? He goes, yes they were. The Uzumaki clan took 3 countries to destroy their village. He goes, you mean my clan had a whole village? He goes, yes. Uzugakure, one of the great 5 villages, of course. You know how the villages are all made from the elementals. Uzugakure was mainly meant for sealing, being one of the shinobi arts, of course, and the most difficult one there is. If you want me to, I could train you in the ways of sealing, Naruto, and I also could train you in the ways of Kenjutsu. That's what else the Uzumaki clan has specialized in. Kenjutsu is in your blood, Naruto. Also I can help you learn more about Kenjutsu, of course. Because Naruto knows how to wield the Tanto from Shisui's training, of course. But the Uzumaki clan didn't use Tantos, they used katanas, and straight katanas as well. I don't know the actual name of the straight katanas, because I know some of you guys are like, isn't that just a fucking sword, you dumbass? No, so the straight katana, if you've seen it from Watch Naruto, you've seen the Sasuke wield one. It's a straight katana. It's straight, and it still has the curve of the katana at the tip of the sword, known as a straight katana. That's why I don't know the actual name, but that's what I'm just calling it, really. I haven't done any research on it, so yeah. Correct me if you guys know anything about that. That would be very helpful, honestly. So yeah. As Jiraiya would continue, he goes, did your brother ever tell you that you're a natural at using the blade? He goes, he did many times. He goes, that's your Uzumaki DNA. Since you are part of the Uzumaki clan, naturally, you'll be good at sealing in Kenjutsu. But also being part of the Uchiha clan, you're naturally good at using ninjutsu, genjutsu, taijutsu. So basically, you were born the perfect shinobi, Naruto. He goes, that's weird, I guess. He goes, and also the use of the Sharingan also helps as well. Predicting the movements of your opponents, copying the movements of your opponents that are faster and stronger, have better techniques than you. Okay, hold up, I'm about to sneeze. As Naruto goes, as Jiraiya goes, you were basically born the perfect shinobi, Naruto. Unlimited talent with every ninja art there is. As Naruto goes, I'm already pretty good at ninjutsu, of course, but learning more inner and outer ways of the elements I wield, being wind, fire, and water, Jiraiya Sensei. As he gained water from going to the Mist Village, he also has lightning as well. That's how he's able to do Chidori. So it was known to be in Naruto that the shinobis can develop more chakra natures later on in the future. So I say Naruto's developed the water style, and I'm not giving him Earth. Earth is pretty plain, and it's good against defense, and that's Kakashi's favorite fucking thing to use, is goddamn mud wall, dude. So yeah. It was honestly kind of cool if you watched the recent episode of Boruto, where it was the fight between Boruto and Naruto. And Naruto actually used a jutsu, bro. It was crazy. It wasn't some Rasengan and Russian Shuriken. He used Mud Wall. And they actually still use hand signs. It's crazy, dude. At some point, it got pretty sad without realizing not seeing anybody use hand signs after the first Naruto course. But when they highlight it in the fight between Obito and Kakashi and also Naruto and Sasuke, it was hella cool, bro. That shit was hella dope. I liked it a lot. As now, Naruto, of course, he goes, so, can you train me in the ways that the Uzumaki clan did? Jiraiya Sensei goes, I won't be that good at it, of course. I don't use the sword myself, but we should be able to visit someone that should help you. And they know a lot about Kenjutsu as well. As Naruto goes, okay. He goes, he owes me a favor anyways. So I'll call in a favor to help you train in the ways of Kenjutsu. Alright? Just, okay. Wow, I gotta explain to this as well. While Naruto was with the Shinobi 12, of course, Jiraiya was training Shisui as well for the 2 years while they're gone. So Shisui's learned a lot more from Jiraiya. Shisui was still a high Jonin ranked ninja, not at Kage level yet, but when he uses the Mangekyo and he used Kotsumatsukami, he would of course be he would be higher than Kage rank. He's able to control anybody with his Kotsumatsukami, and with his newfound ability, when I'm gonna tell you during the training with Jiraiya, he found out his left eye's ability, able to teleport to anything he sees. How ironic, right? Being Shisui with teleportation. As it was so yeah. As now, Jiraiya goes. As he goes, we'll show you what it goes. As during the training, he goes, wow. Because your left Mangekyo's ability, Shisui, is amazing. You're able to teleport to anything you see. That is very special indeed. Have you ever found any drawbacks for it yet? He goes, well, of course there's a drawback between, using the Mangekyo. Is if you use it too much, you go blind. But there's a way to counter this, of course. Is that if you use a sibling's other eyes, if they have the Mangekyo as well, the two siblings will swap eyes, unlocking the eternal Mangekyo. So when Naruto goes, yes, but I would not want to use my brother's eyes like that. If he's wanting to do it, and if he's mentally prepared for it, then yes, I will of course do it, earning the power of the maternal Mangekyo, and not going blind from using the Mangekyo too much. Jiraiya Sensei would be amazing. That means I won't have any drawbacks for trying to protect this village and my brother and everybody I love. Because, alright then. As we go back to Naruto and Jiraiya, as Jiraiya goes, you know, your brother has unlocked a new ability. He goes, he did? What is it? He goes, it's his Mangekyo. He goes, the Mangekyo Sharingan. I knew my brother had it. He goes, you didn't know? He goes, I had speculations, of course, but I knew my brother had it after our father died in front of both of our eyes. After hearing that father died when he was on a mission, I think he unlocked it then, but I wasn't certain. But what is his abilities though? From what it's heard from the Uchiha history is that the Mangekyo gives two abilities to the user, only personalized for the user. He goes, it's like you know a lot about it. He goes, of course I would. I am supposed to be the clan head, so I'm supposed to know all information of Uchiha clan. After learning that, I of course wanted to go through and possibly, and so yeah. As he goes, the first ability called Kotsumatsukami. Snarky goes, the ultimate genjutsu that somebody as the Uchiha clan spoke of before. One person ever unlocked that in history. Well, he's dead now. No, it's not Madara, just a random Uchiha. So he goes, it's been used before. He goes, yes. And the person was our ancestor, mine and Shisui. He was part of the clan head family. He was, if to say this, he was like a great grandfather. As Madara would of course be, the great grandfather. So yeah, as he goes, our ancestors had the Kotsumatsukami as well. I've learned it in there's a list of the Mangekyo users of the Uchiha clan, of course. So I know a lot of the abilities there. He goes, what is his other ability then? If he has Kotsumatsukami, he must have something that's more offensive, not a genjutsu then, right? He goes, correct. He could teleport to anything he sees. Sasha goes, I've never heard of that before. He goes, it looks like it's ability only your brother would have. It's pretty amazing though. Teleporting to anything he sees. Snarky goes, it is. He goes, so that's what his new abilities he found out about. He goes, yes. As he goes, does my brother know if he uses it too much that he'll go blind? He goes, yes, your brother knows of the consequences of using the Mangekyo, of course. But yes, Naruto. He goes, you already have the 3 Tamoi, but at some point, if we train hard enough, I may be able to push you into having the Mangekyo in a year. Just maybe. He goes, but if you want to gain the power of the Mangekyo, Naruto, we're going to train super, super hard, of course. As he goes, okay then, Jiraiya Sensei. I want to catch up to my brother, and he wishes to pass him at some point. So I'll do anything. I'll be alright then. As Jiraiya goes, alright then. Starting tomorrow when we head off to sand again, I'll start teaching you, of course, sealing, and also, after we are done with the sand, we'll go to the land of snow. And I have somebody there that'll be able to teach you the ways of the Kenjutsu and the katana. So Arthur goes, okay then, pervy sage. He goes, don't call me that, kid. He goes, why not? He goes, because I'm a super pervert. Naruto just like laugh and smile. Goes, alright then, Jiraiya Sensei. If you guys understand, you know when Naruto will unlock his Mangekyo. He will in the future, of course. As Naruto, in a couple of days, they would have made it to the Sand Village, meeting with Gaara, of course. As Gaara goes, as Naruto goes, who knew the Kazekage would come meet me in person, Gaara? Let's honor Kazekage. He goes, no need for honorifics, Naruto Uzumaki, Naruto Uchiha. You are a friend of me, and also, you are my friend, so you're not allowed, of course, too loud to call me by Gaara. I don't really like the honorific thingies. It doesn't suit me. Because, well, it's nice to see you, Gaara. He goes, you're here to train in the wind style, of course, right? He goes, yes, you know my wind style. He goes, yes, I do. I've heard it from Jiraiya No. He told me that you wanted to learn more about the natures of chakra. You are, of course, welcomed here in the wind, in sand. We are mainly wind users are here. I'll get someone to teach you in the style of wind. Alright? He goes, thanks, Gaara. He goes, no worries, Naruto. Anything for a friend. As Naruto goes, alright. As he goes, come with me. I'll bring you to her. Naruto goes, okay. As basically they would walk in the Kazekage office and go, sit down, I'll call her in. As they send a bird out, as in about 20 minutes, the person will walk in. As this person goes, what, Gaara? I was training. He goes, sorry, elder sister, but I have someone here that's going to be your training partner for now. He goes, oh, really? He goes, yes. As Naruto goes, Tamari. It's a long time no see, I guess. He goes, Naruto, what are you doing here? As Gaara would speak up, he goes, Tamari. Naruto here has the chakra nature of wind as well as you do, as well as a lot of people here. He's recently been to the Mist Village learning about the water chakra nature he also has. So, he's come here to learn more about the wind, and who's better thought than the wind specialist, Tamari, my sister. She goes, don't flatter me, Gaara, come on. It's alright then. I'll be fine with training you in the wind style and teach you more about it. He goes, thank you very much, Tamari. He goes, no problem. As Jiraiya goes, as he just nudging goes, good luck in training, Naruto. As Naruto goes, if you have a pervy idea, I'll Chidori you through the chest. As he goes, God, calm down, kid, I'm just messing with you. As Tamari goes, alright, meet me at the training grounds. Tomorrow, we start with your training. He goes, how long do you have for being here? He goes, as Gaara goes, he only has a month, of course. He has to go train in other styles and stuff like that. He goes, so, I may ask the one question that caused me to be intrigued about this. Why are you training outside the village, Naruto? Is it just training for fun, or something bad can happen that you know of? And I should know as well. He goes, Jiraiya Sensei, you haven't told Gaara. He goes, I guess I haven't yet. I thought I sent somebody here to tell you about it, but it looks like nobody showed up yet. Because since we're here, I guess we could explain it. He goes, Gara, you're a Jinchuriki of the One Tails, correct? He goes, yes. I hold Shibiki, Shukaku, the sand demon. As Naruto goes, yeah, he goes, about that. I'm also a Jinchuriki as well, as you know, Gara. But there's a group out there named the Akatsuki, full of S-rank ninja, including my cousin Itachi, the one who killed my clan. There's about, from what we know right now, there's only about 5 S-rank ninja. Alright, about to sneeze. Oh, bro. Whew. Alright, so yeah. You should guys comment down in the below what color Naruto's Susanoo should be. Cause yeah. I mean, I could make it orange, kind of like Itachi's, but at the same time, like you have the nine-tailed fox, so when he learns KCM mode, that's when, well, he would have the orange cloak. So I think I should go with a different color, of course. I'm either thinking, like, not blue, because that's Kakashi's Susanoo. I want it to be different than every other Susanoo we've seen so far. Kakashi has a blue, same with Madara. Well, it's Obito's, really. But also, Sasuke has the purple Susanoo. Shisui has the dope-ass green-looking one, of course. That's looking hella cool. I like that a lot. And Itachi has the orange Susanoo. So I'm either leaning towards either pink, maybe, because honestly, I like pink. Pink's pretty dope, bro. The pink color's kind of dope. Like, it being a Susanoo would be pretty fucking cool. It'd be like, bro, what the fuck is your Susanoo pink? But at the same time, it's gonna be scary as fuck going against a Susanoo. So it was either thinking pink, or even, red. Honestly, red as well. A red Susanoo would be really cool. Blood red. That would be pretty dope. So the Susanoo is portrayed to be a very dark looking and dark colored Susanoo. The people who had the Susanoo, of course, they all had dark past and had dark everything, right? So Kakashi with his dark past with Obito, Sasuke with the Uchiha massacre, and Madara losing his whole family, including his younger brother. As the Susanoo is portrayed to be all dark. So knowing Naruto having love and unlocking his Sharingan as well, his Susanoo wouldn't be as dark as theirs would. This Susanoo would be different as everybody else's. Also having the nine-tailed fox with him in him as well would change the Susanoo just a bit. So yeah, that's why I'm gonna change the Susanoo just a little bit, of course. The color won't be so dark. It'll be more of a bright color, showing the tensions of the heart. So, like Tobirama has said in the anime, when he was revived, he said the Sharingan are connected to the heart, as Susanoo is also connected to Sharingan. So the Sharingan reflects what the heart feels, right? So if you first unlocked your Sharingan out of love, your Sharingan will betray love, of course. But if you unlock your Sharingan out of something bad that's happened, it'll betray hatred, mostly. So all the Susanoo's we've seen have been out of hatred, of course. Well, yeah. So when the Mangekyo's locked Naruto, well, yeah, of course his hatred would be reflected, but at the same time love would be as well. Showing the love of the person who died. I'm not spoiling it, so yeah. So yeah, Naruto, of course. As Gara goes, really? S rank shinobi. Goes, yes, Gar. You should also train as well. We speculate about in a year and a half in 2 years almost, that they would make their move again. Grabbing my blanket. grabbing my blanket. It's kind of cold in my room. Sorry about that. So, yes. As Gara goes, thank you for the heads up. Goes, do you know if they do they wear any significant clothing, of course? And he goes, yes. As Naruto goes, yeah, they do. Watch out for the black cloaks and the red clouds on it. Alright. He goes, thank you, my friend. Now, I shall get the training as soon as possible tomorrow. I need to train more. They're all S rank shinobi. I'm only a Kazekage because of my lineage. But so, I should train as hard as I could. Thank you, old friend. He goes, no worries, Gara. As basically a month has gone past, as now Tamari has helped Naruto with his, of course, wind style. I think Asuma would have been able to help Naruto as well, but Asuma being Asuma, of course, being the only wind user in Konoha, he wouldn't understand the whole purpose of the wind chakra nature. Personally, the way he said he used it was like grinding the wind chakra nature together, opposite ways, making the blade fine. As that's similar to what Tamari has told Naruto, of course. As well, that's also a way to make it really fine, but it's also very hard to do. Hold up. As the way Tamari taught Naruto how to use the wind chakra nature was that you need to slowly and finely make the wind sharper, of course. And grinding it together like Asuma Sensei has told that Asuma Sartobi has told you, Naruto. Of course, it would work, but it's very difficult to do that. It's not as efficient as the way Sand Shinobi use it. We use it here as we slowly and sharply, over time, make our wind chakra finer and sharper, of course. Doing that, you can cut through everything, even metal with the wind chakra. Because from what I've heard stories of Asuma Saratobi. He hasn't been able to cut metal with his wind chakra, and he utilizes it with blades, of course. Yes, that is one of the main ways to use wind chakra nature, of course. Because wind chakra nature strengthens the blade, also making it sharper and longer. If not, you can also do this. I should show a kunai to Naruto, saying, as the blade would start humming, as he goes, you could also make it so the wind chakra is finally fine and sharp, but also being very compact and make it stronger and sharper, of course. It's almost as Naruto goes, that's amazing, and vibrating it a bit, as it would hum more, as then she would throw it at a tree. Of course, it would go through 4 trees and another one, and stick in a rock. As she goes, that's me holding back, Naruto. Wind chakra nature is an amazing thing. Be glad that you were born with it, of course. Because now, all we need to do is basically just like a flashback of the training and stuff. So yeah, it was all you need to do. It would take about probably a year for you to get this down. It's not to go, sorry, Tamari, but I don't have a year. But I do have shadow clones. He goes, shadow clones? What does that have to do with it? He goes, I see, you guys don't have this technique here, don't you? He goes, we do, but nobody has enough chakra to use it, of course. He goes, see, the shadow clones are used for gathering information, so the memories and experience of the clones would come back to the user. So if I train with, of course, with another clone and me, 8 hours of training would actually be 16 hours after I dispel my clones. She goes, oh, I get it. So if you used 1,000 clones in 2 weeks, that would be enough training for 2 years. So Arthur goes, yes. So I'll be using clones, of course. And she goes, alright then. I've told you a lot about the wind chakra, wind style. So, utilize what I told you into your wind style, and it shall get sharper and stronger. As he goes, thank you, Tamari. He goes, no worries. Because after all, you're the one that saved my brother from going through a dark path. I really appreciate it. I'm really appreciated what you done to him, what you done for him. Because thank you. He goes, no worries, Tamari. I'll do it. He was a friend of. He was similar to me. I'm also a Jinchuriki as well, as if you haven't known. I hold the nine-tailed fox. She goes, oh, I see. A specific reason why you're training outside the village. Goes, there's a group out there called Akatsuki. They're going after all-tailed beast. They're all ranked S rank or higher. As she goes, so you're training to get stronger so you fucking fight off the Akatsuki? Goes, yes. I recommend that everybody that you know should train harder and stronger, of course. So they can protect Gaara, their Kazekage. And also, Gaara will be training as well now, as well. He's doing it so now he can protect the village that he loves. She goes, you're not bad, Naruto, you're not bad. As well, get to that training, of course, if you want to protect all your loved ones in your village. I'll do the same. Alright? The Sartre goes, yes, Tamari. As he would bow to her, and she goes, and watch Naruto basically run off, like make shadow clones and start the training. As during the month, Naruto learned how to cut the wind chakra, the leaf. But from what Tamari did it, she didn't do it with only 2 hands. She did it with only 2 of her fingers. Tamari showed him, he goes, the chakra is, the way they were able to use it is letting the wind, of course, breeze through. But also the wind is being sharp at the same time. What causes the wind? You're not forcing the wind, you're letting the wind flow like wind would. Right? So it'd be more natural and more, of course, sharper as of you sharpen the wind over time. So besides forcing it like Asuma does to be sharp, the Sand Village allows it slowly, over time, slowly grinding the wind, sharpening the wind finely and smoothly over time. So it caused that to be more of a stronger wind of, well, of course, blade, and also being stronger. And what the thing with Tamari showing Naruto was the humming blade, the humming kunai, is the way she slowly vibrated, of course, the wind chakra nature, which would cause it to have like a saw effect, really. So it'd be vibrating really fast up and down. If it was like a blade, if you see a blade, if you put it in front of you, and if you move it down really up and down really fast, that's basically what the wind chakra was doing. Causing that would cause it'd be like a saw effect, and it being really sharp would cut through anything super easily. So yeah, what do you guys think, huh? I don't think that they didn't go into detail with wind chakra, but they only did because Naruto had a wind chakra nature and had to make Rasen Shuriken in the canon. So I just made this up. What do you guys think? Pretty good, huh? I think it's pretty good. I think it'd be a lot more better than grinding the nature together to finally sharpen the blade. But I think over time, sharpening it slowly, because if you've ever seen anybody sharpen a blade, they do it really slow. They do it very finely and slowly. And, well, over time it takes to finally sharpen the blade. Honestly, for somebody, it would probably take 30 minutes of doing it, not just a span of seconds. You don't slowly grind the blade together to cause it to be sharp. That's kind of like putting a blade on a grinder and just sharpening it really, really fast so you can have a blade. No. Causing it to sharpen slowly over time would be make it stronger and sharper, and more finer blade than it would be from the way Asuma uses it, of course. So yeah. And also Naruto was given Naruto mainly gonna use wind chakra when he learns Kenjutsu from what Jiraiya's told him. He also bought a blade, a straight katana from the shop. He went through many different shops, didn't find one that fit him, but one finally stood out to him. Of course, the blade had, a golden look to the hilt of the blade, and also had white wrappings on it. The handle as well. As it's basically almost an exact replica of what the blade Sasuke used in Boruto. It's similar to that. It's just, it's basically that blade, really, but it's not the Kagesunai. I don't know how to say that, but it's not the blade that Orochimaru used. That he made one for Sasuke, of course. It's not one like that. It's just a regular blade, but Naruto bought it, of course, and well, yeah. But afterwards, he engraved two symbols onto it: the Uchiha symbol and also, well, the Uzumaki symbol. As the month was over, as now it's time for Naruto to go. Well, I didn't have any ideas for Naruto's training at the Shinobi 12 besides getting more experience fighting other high-ranking shinobis. So that's what mainly he did, was train his body and also train, well, of course, chakra control, because you always need to train that at all times. You can't just slack on chakra control. So yeah, so Naruto basically earned experience in fighting while he was with the Shinobi 12. So yeah, so Naruto afterwards, as Jiraiya goes, it looks like you learned a lot here, Gaki. Goes, now, we're going to our final stop, the land of snow. We'll be there for the next whole year. Goes, the whole year? He goes, yes. If you really, the last two things I need to teach you, Naruto. I've already said, you're already a very high ranking in Taijutsu, and also Genjutsu because you're Sharingan. So, I don't need to train you those anymore. You've mastered the Hummingbird style when you're with the Shinobi 12, and also mastered the Sharingan as well. Of course, you need to still keep on training your body. You're only 15 years old right now. So, training your body, of course, over the time, will allow you to get stronger in Taijutsu and faster. But the last two things I'm teaching you, Naruto, is sealing, and, well, basically I'm teaching you sealing, while I have another person teach you Kenjutsu. It looks like a blade has spoken to you as well. It suits you very well, Naruto. Goes, thanks, Jiraiya-sensei. He goes, you're welcome, kiddo. As basically Naruto's mastered Sharingan. Naruto has mastered the Sharingan in both Interceptor Fist and Hummingbird style. So yeah. As he's mastered Genjutsu, of course, because, well, he's the Sharingan. And he's naturally really good in Genjutsu, learning that he's from a family, from his father, and, well, his brother being, well, having the ultimate Genjutsu, Kosamatsu Kami. Very well proved that his family is very well adept with the Genjutsu. So Naruto, he's mastered Genjutsu as well. I know in one of the comment sections, you guys said the crow summons wasn't actually the clan summons. I know that. I know it's not the clan summons, but I honestly see it to be fitting perfectly with the Uchiha. So that's why I made it clan summons. I changed the story the ways I feel like it. I think that would fit the story better. So it's not actually a clan. It's not actually the clan. Summons. It's just I thought it would be better if it was a clan summon. Like, honestly, I don't remember how fucking Itachi got the crow summon or anything like that. So yeah, I don't remember it. I've been rewatching Shippuden because I've been bored lately. Only doing what ifs and listening to music, playing games here and there. It's gotten kind of bored lately, so I just decided, you know what? I'm just gonna rewatch Shippuden. All right, cool. So I'm rewatching that right now. I'm on the Kakashi story, Kakashi's backstory and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm on that right now. So now, of course, Naruto goes, okay, Jiraiya-sensei. He goes, good. By the time we're done, I'll have you to be a seal master. And, well, the person I'm having you teach you, his name's Mafume. I don't know if I'm saying it correctly, but it's basically the leader of the samurais, right? So yeah. He goes, you mean the leader of the samurais, right? He goes, I'm getting taught by him. He goes, yes. Alright, now, we should start heading our way. Say goodbyes, and let's get going. As basically, they would leave as Gaara goes, thank you for the information, old friend. I shall train hard enough so I can protect my village. You do the same. But I would like to spar once again after you're done with your training, if that's okay with you, Naruto. Goes, sure thing, Gaara. Goes, you've already beaten me to the race of being a cage, so I must beat you becoming stronger, right? Goes, yes, Naruto Uzumaki. Yes, Naruto. You shall. As he goes, Naruto goes, as they would shake their hands, as the sand would basically revolve around their hands, he goes, thank you. Naruto goes, no problem. As then Tamari would say goodbye, he goes, you could tell yourself being a fucking prodigy is something else. You're something else, Naruto, learning wind style in the matter of a month, where it took me 3 years. I gotta say, I'm pretty envious of that ability of yours. He goes, don't be, Tamari-san. It's fine. I just was lucky enough to be blessed with the chakra I have, and the clan I was born into. That's all. She goes, see you around, Naruto. And by the way, next time you go home, tell that lazy bum I said hi. He goes, oh, looks like you have a thing for Shikamaru, Kankuro would say. He goes, no I don't. He goes, yes you do. Naruto goes, I will do, Tamari. He goes, as Kankuro goes, alright, we'll see you then as well, Naruto. He goes, alright, bye Kankuro. You guys train hard. I don't want to see my friends be beaten by the Akatsuki. So please, train hard as you can. As Gaara goes, sure thing. As the three would all say their goodbyes, as Naruto would as well, as they would head off to the land of snow. I don't know how far away the land of snow is and stuff like that, so yeah. As Naruto would Naruto being, as they would have kept on traveling, as Jiraiya goes, so Naruto, are you gonna tell me about any girls you have an idea with? He goes, why are you so wanting to know who I like? He goes, well, I can't just have my student be somebody who stands around. He goes, here. As he hands him his orange book, he goes, this is a gift from me to you. He goes, you're making me read your Each of Paradise books, really? He goes, if you don't, then I won't train you in sealing. He goes, really, Jiraiya-sensei? You're being that petty right now. He goes, what? I just want to make sure. He goes, what, I'm not gay? He goes, I'm not saying that that's a problem. I just want to make sure that you know the female body in and out. It might come in handy one day. As he goes, disgusting, pervy sage. He goes, so, how's you and Tsunade been doing? He goes, how do you know about that? He goes, well, it's pretty obvious. It takes a blind man to see that. As he goes, even a blind man can see Jiraiya-sensei. You're in love with Lady Tsunade, and Lady Tsunade is in love with you. It's not hard to see. He goes, so, when's the wedding happening? He goes, actually, that's when we get back to the village. He goes, oh, who's your best man? He goes, who else would it be than my 2 students? You and Shisui, of course. You guys would be my best men. So he goes, that's an honor, Jiraiya-sensei. Now, do you think if you guys have children, do you think your children would have the Genkai of the first Hokage? He goes, honestly, I don't mind. I don't care about that. I'm just glad that I have a life, and I finally have Tsunade. He goes, well then. Alright, Jiraiya-sensei. He goes, alright. Just fine, I'll read your damn books. Just finally. Because you will learn that the literature I've written is pure genius, Naruto. He goes, yeah, whatever. Let's get going. As they would basically start heading to the land of snow. We're gonna do a skip until now they get to the land of snow. As they would meet with Mifune, As Mifune goes, oh, there's Jiraiya, long time no see. It's been a long time, Jiraiya. He goes, it has, Mifune. He goes, so, this is the boy you want me to train in Kenjutsu? He goes, yes. He's part of the Uzumaki clan along with the Uchiha clan. He goes, so, the blade is he's born to wield a blade. I could tell. He goes, Naruto goes, Jiraiya goes, how can you tell that? Mifune? He goes, it's a swordsman to another swordsman. You can also tell when somebody's born to wield a blade. And that blade, does he have a blade already? He goes, he does. He goes, may I see it? As Naruto goes, yeah, here. As he would look carefully, and he would hand the blade over. He goes, this is a fine blade. I can tell it's made for chakra, mainly the wind chakra nature. Do you have wind chakra nature? Naruto goes, yes, I do. He goes, perfect. I have the perfect style for you. As he goes, what style of taijutsu do you use? He goes, I use two. I have the interceptor fist of the Uchiha clan. I also have the fourth Hokage style, the hummingbird style. He goes, the hummingbird style, quick, fast, very quick and fast punches here and there, getting in, doing a hard punch and retreating, going back and forth with pure speed. Because that's perfect for you. So, I will implement your Kenjutsu with the hummingbird style, if that's okay with you. I can tell that you become a fine swordsman, and this sword was meant for you. I can tell. As Naruto goes, thank you, Mifune Sensei. He goes, good. We have a year. We have like a year and a half of you being here and learning this style of Kenjutsu. While Jiraiya here will teach you the arts of sealing as well. As he goes, please teach me the ways of Kenjutsu, Mifune. Would be honored. He goes, good. We will have no cheap tricks of the Sharingan or either your Shadow Clone Jutsu I've heard of. This will be all pure training, your body, your mind, and everything else. I'll turn you into a fine swordsman, the greatest the world's ever seen. And then you could tell everybody that you were trained by the great Mifune of the land of snow. She goes, sure thing, Sensei. He goes, good. Now, we'll get started now. As he gives him basically a replica of a straight katana that he already has, but wood. He goes, alright, he says, I'm not going to go with the whole Kenjutsu thing. I don't know shit about that. I'm just saying that Naruto's Kenjutsu will be implemented with the hummingbird style. So yeah. So basically, it's Naruto. He would learn how to be really precise with the sword, being fast striking, and also with the training that he will have with the Kenjutsu. Will teach him teach him to be faster with having something in his hands. Really, hold up, let me pause. All right, so yeah, so Naruto's Kenjutsu. The training he did for it has trained his mind to be calm at all times. You can't be a very paranoid swordsman. You can't be doubting your skills. You can't be doing that. You have to have full faith in your swords, in your skills of the sword, of course, right? That's what Mifune beat into Naruto's head. So recently that was about, 4 months of training, of course. Mainly training his body to wield the sword that he has, and also train his body so he could become faster. As yes, Naruto is training his body to become faster, so he could be more precise with his attack, and people would be harder for people to block if Naruto's faster, right? So Naruto, over the whole time of training with the sword, training his body at the same time. As Naruto, of course, he would learn the style, the Kenjutsu. As it was a new style that they implemented with the hummingbird style, as it would just be called hummingbird style. But with the Kenjutsu, it's called hummingbird style as well. As this is the first style that's ever been made. This is his Naruto's own made style that he made with Mifune. That's why it took a year. Mifune, knowing that Naruto would probably be better with using the basic kais and stuff of the taijutsu and just adjusting it to wield a sword will be better than making Naruto learn a whole new stances for a different style. And also seeing how well it fit Naruto with the hummingbird style. It was perfect honestly. So he trained Naruto how to implement the sword into his hummingbird style, of course. As Naruto, of course, would have learned as during the time of training with Mifune, he also was training with Jiraiya. As he also kind of got addicted to reading Uchiha Paradise now. Because, well, Jiraiya kept on threatening if he didn't read his book, that he wouldn't train him. And he would do that almost every day, making Naruto read his book while he was learning, of course. Because Jiraiya, with Minato didn't really like reading. Minato didn't like the books, and neither did any of his other students, of course. So Naruto, he would want to make sure that Naruto would have it in his brain, beat it into his brain that the books are good. So that's why Naruto's been, it's been a habit to read the book now. Kind of like Kakashi reads it because, why not? As he goes, as he's very proud of Naruto, becoming a sealing master over the whole year and a half, and also having the habit of reading his book, of course. As even at some point, Jiraiya made a new book during the whole time, as Naruto helped him create it. About half the book Jiraiya let Naruto make, as that was basically the beginning. And this book is the one that's been sold the most out of everything, out of all of them, being very surprised. Goes Naruto, as he's like, yes, the perfect student, able to write a book with his sensei, and make it the greatest book I've ever written. We've written. As Jiraiya made sure that he put Naruto's name in the book, in the back as the co-author of the book as well. So yeah, he gave some of the earnings from the book to Naruto as well, about being 50% of the earnings because he wrote 50% of the book. So yeah, as the reviews on it mostly said that the first half of the book was amazing, but the second half was kind of off. It felt like almost somebody else wrote it. As Jiraiya goes, Naruto, as he begged Naruto many times to write his next book, as Naruto goes, it was maybe Jiraiya Sensei, but we should focus on my training instead. Yes, I realize that your books are actually pretty good, but at the same time, we're here training because the Akatsuki. Not here to write books, remember? Oh, sorry, Naruto. I couldn't get a hold of myself after hearing what your side of the book did. People loved it. This book that we've written together has been one of the greatest books that's ever been sold under my name. Because, okay then, Jiraiya Sensei, but the same, I still need to learn sealing, of course. Because, yes, I know that you're only halfway through and it's only been a couple of months, but I want to tell you something. When you hit the level of master and the seals, it's going to be harder and even a lot harder to understand them. But if you copy the readings with your Sharingan, it should be easier for you. Okay, he goes, alright, Jiraiya Sensei. As during the days while he would train, of course, sealing, he would have his clones practice his calligraphy, of course, so he doesn't accidentally mess up when he writes seals. So yeah. So now, of course, Naruto, as they would start heading back to the village after Naruto mastering his new Kenjutsu style, and also learning sealing as well. Naruto has become a master of all arts: Genjutsu, Taijutsu, Ninjutsu, Kenjutsu, and Fuinjutsu. Naruto has mastered every single shinobi art there is. Wow, my voice. There is. And now, all he needs is the experience to become a great fighter. As Naruto would, sorry, I'm replaying the video because, it's been an hour. I put an hour repeat. So yeah. Because I like this loneliness song, it's pretty good. I like it. So I played it in the background. It's either sadness or sorrow or loneliness. I think that's what it's called, correct? Because, yeah, loneliness. As, of course, they would finally be, as Naruto, of course, would finally start heading back to the village. As we go to the front gate, as we see the regular two tuning, I forget their name, as they're basically talking, goes, nothing's really happened ever since that invasion, of course, after Itachi. Well, Itachi never came to attack the village yet. No, that hasn't happened at all. But they still got Tsunade back and stuff like that. Jiraiya did mostly, while Naruto, of course, was training. So yeah, as he goes, nothing's happened. Bad's happened since the invasion. Hopefully, we're out of the break. It's been 4 years since that happened. He goes, there's a Hokage's brother, Naruto, right? He goes, oh yeah, what about him? He goes, yeah. Well, there's been rumors that he should be coming back soon. That it's been 4 years with him training with Lord Jiraiya. And from what I've heard as well, he also worked for the Demono, the Shinobi 12, like Asuma did. Goes, really? As while they're talking about that, goes, there's nothing really bad about that boy. Now you think of it. Goes, no. He may hold the Nine Tails, but he's not a bad kid. From what I heard about when the invasion happened, he's the one that took down Gaara, the One-Tails Jinchuriki, before he could transform into the One-Tails. Goes, he did? He goes, yeah. Goes, Goes, his brother is now the Hokage as well. He must be proud of his brother, honestly. As while they're talking, they see a white-haired man they know is Lord Jiraiya. As a kid, it looks like another man's with him. Black hair, as he looks a lot older than he did, as Naruto training over the years with his body mostly, fucking Monly, what the fuck is what? Mostly, he looks a lot older than he should be. He's the age of 16, but he looks around the age of, let's say 19. As Naruto's the height of, 6'1", while Jiraiya's the height of 6'5". And, let's make him actually 6'2". As he goes, wait. He goes, speaking of which, it looks like they're back. Huh. Naruto looks a lot different from what I remember the 12-year-old being what he used to be. He looks older than us. He goes, and we're pretty old. As they basically chuckle as Jiraiya would stop right next to his, goes, oh. He goes, you two are allowed in. Long time no see, Lord Jiraiya, and as well as you, Naruto. He goes, sorry, but I don't remember who you guys are. He goes, no worries, but we know who you are, of course. You've been told there's been stories of you beating Gaara as well, after an invasion. He goes, so. He goes, you guys are allowed in. It's good to see that the Hokage's brother is back in the village. As he goes, thank you, I guess. As with Naruto's outfit, he wears, now, it's basically the shirt underneath the tuning vest here. He wears that with, the Uchiha crest on the back, and also, he wears, of course, the sash that goes back down to the back of his knees. It goes all the way down to the back of his knees. It's only on his right hip. From the back, the middle of his back to the middle of his front. That's where it reaches on his right side, as it goes all the way down to his knees, as it has the fire demono, has the fire symbol on the side of it, on it, also being white with white triangles, with black shinobi pants, and also, with black shinobi sandals with his, of course, and also with his sword that's attached to his back. So if you know how Sasuke wears his sword, Naruto wears his sword as like that as well. As Naruto has his sword right there attached. As Naruto goes, thanks you guys. Thanks for the welcoming. Yeah. Goes, No problem. Goes, you're welcome. Now, I'm sure you want to go see your brother. Goes, sure thing. But first, as he would disappear and appear on top of a pole, he goes, this is nostalgic for sure, Jiraiya Sensei. As the tuning, like, oh, where'd he go? As Jiraiya goes, as he points up, he goes, he's up there. He goes, when did he do so? As Jiraiya finished their sentence fast. When he's been training, of course. Naruto here, his rank is very strong. I'll let you in a little secret about. You guys could pass around a rumor, of course, if you want. That Naruto has mastered all shinobi, all ninja techniques, being starting from ninjutsu all the way to fuinjutsu and kenjutsu, genjutsu and taijutsu. He's mastered all of them. That's a little hint, I guess. I said, like, wait, he mastered all of them? It's only been 4 years. Because that's what happens when you're a prodigy, I guess. As he basically shrugged his shoulders and, like, put his hands and goes, As he goes, alright, Naruto, enough with your nostalgicnism up there, I guess. We have to go meet your brother. I'm sure he'd be glad to see you, of course. He goes, alright, Jiraiya Sensei. As then he would appear right next to Jiraiya. He goes, you were right about being nostalgic coming back after a long time. He goes, I told you so, brat. As Naruto, as they would basically start walking through the village. As while they're walking, another a three-man team with a Jonin Sensei would of course appear would walk up on the other side of the buildings that Naruto was walking on in the alley as they would head to the two tuning as they're like, he goes, oh, there's Konohamaru. Have you heard? Naruto's back. He goes, big bro, Naruto's back, really? He goes, yeah. This one Konohamaru looks up to Naruto a lot. As I never mentioned the part where Naruto did meet Konohamaru, and being really close to Hiruzen with Shisui, and Naruto being really close to Hiruzen, they of course would have met Konohamaru at some point. Konohamaru looks up to Shisui and Naruto as big brothers. As he goes, which way did he go? He goes, down that way. If you hurry fast enough, you might be able to catch him. But if he went as fast as as fast as we thought, as fast as he did earlier, there's no way you'd be able to catch him. He goes, really? Big bro Naruto's gotten that fast. He goes, we couldn't even see him move. Konohamaru, now. He goes, he went that way. If you want to catch up to him, go ahead. You might want to hurry, though. They said they were going to the Hokage Tower, so you might want to meet them there if you really want to. As he would basically bolt off, as Ibisu goes, Konohamaru, we're not done with our mission. As basically, Mogi and, I like how I know their names, but I can't remember the fucking other people's names in the show, bro. I think it's, Mogi and Udon, pretty sure. I said, don't worry, Ibisu Sensei, it's only a D-rank mission. I'm pretty sure Konohamaru would like to reunite with somebody that he dearly looks up to. He goes, there's nothing special about that brat, Naruto. He goes, why do you hate him so much, Sensei? He did save the village from the One-Tails. I mean, you heard about it. He goes, no. He goes, Naruto didn't do that. Sasuke Uchiha did. He goes, oh, really? He goes, yes. I saw it myself. He goes, but you were with us the invasion happened. He goes, you're lying, aren't you, Sensei? Wow. So petty. As they would basically walk off and start doing the mission, as Konohamaru would basically run, as he'd finally see somebody with the Uchiha crest in front of him, as he would basically jump on the back of Naruto. He goes, big bro Naruto, you're back. As Naruto goes, hey Konohamaru. So, you've certainly grown up. He goes, yeah, and I'm the rank of Genin now. But I should be able to pass the rank of Chunin when the Chunin exam happens. I followed that training regimen you gave me, and it works really well. I can even give Ibisu Sensei a very good fight, as he's told me. He goes, good. Because you want to come with me to the Hokage Tower? He goes, sure thing. As basically start walking, as Konohamaru goes, so, Big Bro Naruto, what have you learned with Lord Jiraiya? He goes, I'll tell you when we get to the Hokage Tower. Alright? He goes, okay. He goes, well, how did training go and stuff? He goes, it went well, Konohamaru, it went well. But I missed you guys a lot. You and other brother. He goes, I miss you too, Big Bro Naruto. He goes, so, how was the D-rank missions? He goes, oh, they're really boring. I honestly think my skill set. Naruto goes, don't think like that. He goes, think of this. The D-rank missions are meant to mimic the missions of higher ranks. So if you're doing an escort mission, that's when you're escorting the groceries of maybe someone who wants you to get groceries for them. Maybe that's mimicking, well, that. As he goes, oh, I get it now. Then if capturing Toro is basically a capture mission, right? Because yes, exactly. Stalking down the person you're supposed to capture and doing it. It gives you practice in the future. That's what the most ninja are strong about, Konohamaru. I've learned that well. I've learned a lot when I was gone, of course. Because mainly the first thing I've learned, though, was experience is one of the most important things to have of being a shinobi. So you should take your D-rank missions very serious, Konohamaru. Those will very well help you in the future. As he goes, okay, Big Bro Naruto, I trust you. He goes, alright. It was good. As while they're walking, Naruto they would finally make it to the Hokage Tower. They didn't see anybody else during their walk there. Somehow everybody who was there, all of the Shinobi 12, all the Rookie 12 were there in the village, but they're walking around the village, but somehow they somehow missed Jiraiya and Naruto walking past a couple of them. And Naruto was so deep in conversation with Konohamaru that he wasn't paying attention to people that were passing by, so he didn't notice them either. As with Jiraiya, he's basically looking, as he saw all this happen, he goes, they must really not recognize that. I mean, sure thing, the boy does look older, for sure. I say he looks around the age of 19, of course. So I can see why they think they haven't noticed him yet. As he looks around with all the people and the villagers, Naruto noticed he's not getting the glares as he used to. And it's like nobody's noticed him yet, while finally realizing his surroundings. As they're in front of the Hokage Tower, he goes, alright. As Jiraiya goes, well, let's get going, kiddo. Sure, your brother already sensed us being here. He goes, he probably has. But he's gonna probably act surprised, watch. He goes, as they would knock on the door, as the attendant goes, yes, come in, go in. Because she saw Jiraiya mostly in Konohamaru. Being the honorable grandson and also Lord Jiraiya, I'm pretty sure able to get in there with ease, honestly. But with Naruto, of course, she didn't recognize, so she was like, yes, you may go in. The Hokage has no people there. As Naruto would go in, as Shizu goes, yes, come in. As soon as they get in there, Shizu goes, Naruto, is that you? He goes, cut the slack, elder brother. I know you sensed us already. Yeah, you learned that. I've seen that you utilized the glass ball that the old man used to use. It's like you can't hide from you can't. Goes, yes, I felt your presence when you came into the barrier. Goes, it's nice to see you, younger brother. You look so much older. As he has a couple tears in his eyes, he goes, I miss you very much. Naruto goes, miss you too, elder brother Shisui. It's like Konohamaru's found you as well. He goes, Konohamaru gives him a big smile and thumbs up. He goes, yes? He goes, yes, I did. As he goes, so, would you like to tell me about your training, of course? He goes, Jiraiya Sensei hasn't give you information at all? Jiraiya goes, no. I think it would be better if you showed and told him about your training. I think it would be better for you to tell him than me just telling him through messages. He goes, thanks, Jiraiya Sensei. He goes, fine then. He goes, sit down, younger brother. I would like to listen to what you learned. He goes, first though, what have you learned, elder brother? As he goes, alright then, I guess I can go first. Because I learned how to utilize my Sharingan, the Mangekyo. He goes, yes, I already knew about that already. He goes, oh, you did? He goes, yes. The Mikoto Matsukami, the most strongest genjutsu the Uchiha clan has ever seen. So strong that our ancestors even had it. He goes, how do you know that? He goes, well, if I done a bunch of research about our clan, of course. Elder brother being the clan head. In the future, of course. I had to do research on it, and I found out that our great-great-grandfather also had the Mangekyo. He goes, a 4-pinwheel shuriken. He goes, the Mangekyo. Having the Kotsumatsukami before you even did. He goes, so it runs through the family. He goes, yes, it does, elder brother, but anything else besides that? He goes, He goes, I've gotten stronger, of course, being Hokage, and trained 2 years under Jiraiya Sensei as well as you. I say I've gotten pretty strong. Maybe even after I intervened, he goes, he's already Kage level, Naruto. He goes, really? You've hit that level? Congratulations, elder brother. He goes, thank you, Naruto. He goes, now, I've just practiced my everything I've already known to get it better. He goes, so, but if you learn, he goes, this is gonna be a long story. Elder brother, he goes, I have all day. I've already finished my paperwork for the day. He goes, alright then. As Konohama's in there as well, as he goes, I'll start with, well, the Shinobi 12. Because I didn't do much there, honestly. I mainly sparred with everybody every day to gain experience in fighting. Because that's very valuable, Naruto. Because, yeah, I've learned that. But that's all I did for the 2 years was the Shinobi 12. Practicing and finding my jutsus I have now. Because afterwards, after that and leaving, of course, with Demono's place, I met with Jiraiya Sensei, of course, as we headed off to the Mist Village afterwards. That's where I met Mei. I learned a lot about the water style, the water chakra nature. Because I mastered water chakra nature from the Mist Village. She goes, also, Mei, the Muzukage. Who knew you'd be going around befriending all the Kages, Naruto? Because thanks to you, we have a treaty with the Mist Village. Mainly because of your befriending the Muzukage, of course. I must say thank you for that, Naruto. Just don't worry, elder brother. Mei, she's very nice, of course. Goes, yes, I know. Well, she did talk a lot about you, of course. And Naruto goes, I bet she did. She does like to talk a lot, so yeah. It's not as Shisu goes, yep. Because she sure does. Alright. So what else did you do afterwards? He goes, we went to the Sand Village. I met with Gaara and his sister Tamari. I've learned the better way of finding my wind chakra. As he goes, so I'm guessing you mastered that as well. He goes, yes, I have. At the end of training at the Sand Village for a month, I've mastered Genjutsu. My Taijutsu I finally mastered. And even my ninjutsu, refining all the skills I had with all the jutsus I had, older brother. Because it's amazing, Naruto. Because I'm guessing you learn more. I see that you've taken up the way of the sword, way of the katana. As Naruto goes, yes, I did. He goes, afterwards, we went to the land of snow, and I learned a lot there as well. I've become a seal master, and I've become a master of Fuinjutsu, as long the arts of Kinjutsu. My blade here is made for wind chakra. I utilize my wind chakra when I wield this blade, become one of the sharpest blades in shinobi history. From what Mifune said, he goes, you were trained by Mifune. He goes, yes, I was. Jiraiya Sensei had a favor, Jiraiya Sensei had a favor with Mifune, and he used his favor to train me for the whole year and a half. Because during that time, I trained my body for speed and quick and fast precision, of course. During that, I've also written a book as well. He goes, you did? He goes, I know you read it as well, older brother. You're a closet pervert, I know it. He goes, "You've written half the book of the Ichi Paradise recent story. It's only just come out though. It's already sold more or better than all the other ones." And Shrai goes, "Yep," and he's gonna take up the mantle after I'm done. And Naruto goes, "Wait, what?" He goes, "I didn't agree to this." He goes, "Well, when you're my students, you've taken up the will of me, of course." As Naruto goes, "I kind of regret becoming your student now." As he goes, "Don't be gawky." He goes, "You earned a bunch of money from that book. So you have already earned half of what I've given you 50% of what from that recent book you've written with me." As Konohama goes, "What book?" As Naruto goes, "Nothing, Konohama. Just older people stuff, alright?" He goes, "You guys are weird. Don't tell me you're reading that gross orange book that Grandpa always reads." He goes, as Naruto goes, "Yes, I've..." He goes, "The book's not that bad, Konohama. You should read it sometime when you get older." He goes, "Gross, no. You pervert? You're a pervert, aren't you?" And Naruto goes, "No. It's more like it's a habit for me now, and it's kind of a hard habit to break." He goes, "What do you mean, big bro Naruto?" He goes, "Well, let's say Jiraiya threatened me if I didn't read his books, he wouldn't train me." And Shisu goes, "Really, Jiraiya-sensei?" Goes, "What? The boy needs to know what good literature is, and that's the only way to get him to read it. And it's done wonders for the boy. Now he knows the in and outs of the female body as well." As Naruto goes, "I didn't need to know that though." As then they would hear a voice. He goes, "You kinda do though. You said you mastered all the arts of the shinobi. You haven't mastered one there, kiddo." As Tsunade would walk through the door, he goes, "If you want to master all the arts of the shinobis, then learning the in and outs of the female body would actually do wonders for you. I might as well teach you a little about medical ninjutsu as well, should I? That's also a shinobi arts that nobody really understands or knows. It's almost rivals the Funjutsu and how hard and difficult it is." As Naruto goes, "I forgot about that, Dry-sensei." But, I don't know medical ninjutsu myself, Naruto, so I couldn't have taught it to you. As Tsunade goes, "Looks like you've grown up there, Gaki." As well as you, Jiraiya. You haven't changed a single bit." He goes, "So hurt," he says. "Stop your pouting, Jiraiya. Just messing with you. I missed you as well." As basically they would kiss, and then Naruto looks away. He goes, "This is disgusting." As Konohama goes, "Tell me about it." As Naruto goes, as Tsunade goes, "So, Shisui, are you gonna test your brother and his skills?" He goes, "I should, right?" He goes, "Fine." He goes, "I have somebody that'll be perfect fit for testing Naruto's skills." Naruto goes, "Who is it?" He goes, "You could come in now." As Naruto would see while joning, a man with very gravity-defying silver hair. Ooh, that was close, bro. My phone almost shut off and I would have had to restart. So yeah. Gravity-defying hair. He goes, "Kakashi Sensei. It's been a while, hasn't it?" He goes, "Yes, Naruto." As Naruto goes, "Have you gotten that new book of Ichi Paradise?" He goes, "No, I haven't got the chance to." As Naruto goes, As he would pull out a book out of his pouch, he goes, "I have many copies of them since I'm the one that co-wrote this book, of course." He goes, "Here, you can have my copy." As he goes, before he would give it to him, he goes, "Jiraiya Sensei." As he would write an autograph on it, as well as Jiraiya would. He goes, "Here, a special copy written by the authors of the book." He goes, "Here, Kakashi Sensei, a gift from me to you. For, well, being a cool sensei, of course." As Kakashi would start freaking out, he goes, "Because the new Uchiha Paradise. How'd you get your hands on this?" It was like I said again, Kakashi Sensei. I co-wrote the book, of course, with Jiraiya. Jiraiya Sensei made me co-write it. And well, it's been a hit ever since the first half has been a hit. The second half, not so much." He goes, "Hey, I heard that." He goes, "What?" "You know it's true as well, Jiraiya Sensei. That's why you're trying to make me write all your books now." He goes, "You should though. They're very good. Your stories the plot you made was very well made." As Naruto goes, yeah, whatever." As Kakashi would start giggling like a madman while starting to read the beginning, he goes, "It's so good." It's better than any other ones I've read so far. He goes, did you write this part, Naruto? He goes, I did. Till the halfway point of the book, that's when Jiraiya Sensei took over. My training got in the way, so yeah. I probably would have written the book myself, honestly. He goes, thank you, Naruto. Now, as Shisu goes, enough with that. Kakashi, I think you're the perfect person to test my younger brother. As you know, you also wield the Sharingan eye. So, what's better than test somebody who has both wield the Sharingan? Of course. As he goes, sure thing, Hokage. As Naruto goes, so where are we going? He goes, we'll go to our training ground, Naruto. He goes, we go to my training ground, Naruto. Training ground 7, of course. He goes, alright. He goes, is there anybody else that's be helping me? He goes, I guess we could use one more person. As Tsunade says that, he goes, I can get my student in here to help you. As Naruto goes, who is he? He goes, as she goes, you can come in now. As basically, 3 people to walk in. As it was, 2 people to walk in. Being Sakura and Ino. As Ino to see Naruto would, blush pretty heavily, of course. No, actually, at first, they're like, Tsunade Sensei, who's this? As Naruto just fucking face palms, he goes, who else, what other Uchiha comes back from the village besides me? As Tsunade goes, wow. As she even says it out loud, he goes, you don't recognize your teammate, your comrade? It's Naruto. He's back from the village. As Ina goes, Naruto, is that really you? As Naruto goes, who else would it be? I'm the only Uchiha that's left the village and come back, of course. Saying that would actually, of course, Sakura being there goes, she wouldn't be that hurt from it, surprisingly. As Sakura did listen to Naruto, saying that as he told her before he left that he's not going to bring someone back, that he does care for Sasuke, of course, being his cousin and all, but at the same time, it's not his responsibility as the same thing. It was his decision. If Sakura wanted Sasuke back so bad, he told her that you should use your own power. Become stronger so you're able to bring Sasuke back yourself, Sakura. Sasuke has chosen the path that I've told him many times not to go down to. So it's his path he's chosen. I won't interfere with his choosing, of course. That's the respect of our Uchiha blood. At the same time, I'm very disappointed in what Sasuke's done. Betraying the village so he could gain power to kill Itachi. As that was a flashback into Sakura's head. As Naruto goes, so, which one of you am I going to test my strength with? As Sakura goes, as Tsunade goes, well, both of them. As Sakura goes, actually, Lady Tsunade, I was hoping I could go practice more, of course. She goes, sure then, I guess. As then she looks, as Sakura look at Naruto, goes, thank you a lot, Naruto, for what you did. He goes, hmm? He goes, what do you mean? He goes, you showed me the truth that day, before you left. What you said to me, I really taken it to heart, of course. I'll bring Sasuke back with my own power. Alright? I'm sorry for trying to get you to bring him back. Because I didn't know that you... She goes, don't worry about it, Sakura. I've told you again. I'm not interfering with Sasuke's plans. He's chosen to go down the path I will not ever go down to. Me and my elder brother have warned him many times not to go down this path. But he did. If you want to bring him bring him back so bad, I did recommend that you use your own power to bring him back. And it looks like, from what I can see, that it's done wonders for you. I'm glad I can help you get stronger, Sakura. And I was sorry I was being so harsh that day. It's fine, Naruto. I'm gonna go training though. As he goes, alright. As Ino goes, but if this is an evaluation for your strength, why do I have to help you? As Kakashi goes, this is also a test to your guys' teamwork, of course. As Jiraiya kind of speaks up, he goes, I want to tell you, I'm sorry, but Kakashi, Naruto's teamwork is probably the strongest I've ever seen. Him and Mafune have sparred against me to test this strength, of course. And, well, they absolutely kicked my ass, that's for sure. And their teamwork was absolutely impeccable. And that was only a week of training with each other. As Kakashi goes, well, it looks like never mind, the teamwork test does not need to be there. He goes, well, you should head over there, as Shisui says. She goes, you can watch if you want, Of course, I see you're pretty fond of my younger brother, of course. And she goes, what do you mean? He goes, As he smirks, he goes, nothing much. As Naruto just glare at Shisui going, don't you dare, Shisui. As Jiraiya finally understanding, he goes, oh, because this is one of the girls then, Naruto. He goes, no. He goes, shut up, Jiraiya-sensei. As Kakashi would lean and goes, so what? He goes, what do you mean, Jiraiya? Lord Jiraiya. He goes, I've been trying to figure out who Naruto has an idea of, who he likes. It looks like we found one. Ino Yamanaka. Who knew? As Naruto just starts blushing more, he goes, shut up before I cut both your arms off in a matter of seconds. As Jiraiya goes, hey, you won't, Gaki. As doing so now, Naruto would have his blade unsheathed and will already have a humming chakra in the blade towards, it would slightly be against his, Jiraiya's bicep as he's cutting into his skin because you want to test me, Jiraiya-sensei? I've already proven enough that my Kenjutsu skill could kill you with ease. My blade's not even touching you, and you're already getting cut. She goes, fine, whatever, kid. But you don't have to ruin my clothes. These things were expensive. He goes, who cares? They're clothes, Jiraiya. Would you be more sad if your clothes got cut than your arm getting cut off? He goes, of course I would. That costs money. As Naruto goes, you're hopeless, Jiraiya-sensei. As with the people spectating this, they're like, when the fuck did he unsheath his blade so fucking fast? As Shisui goes, he's also like, when the hell did he, what? As he didn't have a Sharingan activated, so he couldn't really see it. With the regular eye of the naked eye, really, you can't see Naruto unsheath his blade. That's how fast he is. Unless you're on the same skill level as Naruto, of course, you're able to see it. Oh, perfect. As, well, it's still very difficult to see, even if you're at the same skill level as Naruto. Naruto's a speedster in this one, that's for sure. As he would sheath his blade, he goes, fine then. We should get going then, if we're going to do this test. It's getting dark. We arrived here around 12, and we've been here for about an hour talking. I would like to get this done so I could go catch up with some old friends, to say. Is that fine with you, elder brother? He goes, sure thing. As Shisui would go, as he goes, everybody, stand right next to me. As they all stand next to them, as he go through a couple of hand seals, he goes, now, I've mastered this jutsu as well, little brother. He goes, Horizon. As you say this, they would all teleport to Team 7 training ground, where a kunai, you can see a kunai sticking out of the ground. As he goes, wait, no way, you mastered the Horizon. That's so amazing. He goes, yes, because I have, Naruto. As Naruto goes, as he has like stars in his eyes looking at his brother, as Shisui goes, enough about me. That's the main thing I was training for, was sealing. I've become high enough in sealing to master the Horizon. He goes, that's amazing. He goes, but besides the point, you've already surpassed me in sealing as I've heard of. He goes, I guess so. As he goes, well then. As he goes, we'll start with your evaluation, of course. There's Kakashi. You ready? There's sure thing, Lord Hokage. Goes, now, Naruto. As Kakashi to speak, goes, now, kiddo. We'll be doing a test of taijutsu, ninjutsu, and genjutsu. But with the test, with also being kinjutsu, I know a little bit of kinjutsu myself. And also with sealing jutsu. With fujitsu, I know a bit myself as well. I'll be testing on all these ninja arts. So you ready? Hold up, let me pause. Alright, I had to think a bit for this fight, sorry. So, as Kakashi goes, I feel like I would need to use this. As he would uncover his Sharingan, and Naruto goes, wow, Kakashi-sensei. The 3 Tomoe Sharingan. Even if you're not a Uchiha, you use that eye just like if you were one. It's an honor to fight Kakashi of the Sharingan. As he wouldn't activate his Sharingan yet, he goes, not activating your Sharingan. Do you think you're being cocky there? As Naruto goes, no, Kakashi-sensei. I don't use the Sharingan like you do. I don't rely on it too much. The Sharingan's a tool, as you know as well as I do. Being not part of the Uchiha clan, you weren't born with it, but now you rely on it too much. As he goes, I guess you have a point, Naruto. Goes, fine then. I shall test your ninjutsu first. If I deem necessary to use the Sharingan as a tool, then I should. I shouldn't rely too much on it. As he said, goes, I'm the sensei here, and I'm a sensei, but you're still teaching me. You're just teaching me something. Who knows? As Naruto goes, well then, Kakashi-sensei, we should get started then. As Naruto wouldn't get in the Inceptor Fist style, as he'd get in a style that Kakashi hasn't seen in a very long time. As he would get in the stance, he goes, how do you know that style, Naruto? Goes, straight up, speak up, goes, don't worry about it, Kakashi. I taught him it. He goes, alright, I wanted to make sure you didn't. Goes, don't worry, Kakashi-sensei. I know who this style belonged to. Someone dear to you, your sensei, Minato Namikaze. Don't worry, I made sure the style, I made it my own. And I still implement things that the fourth did. So don't worry, Kakashi-sensei. I will not dishonor the fourth Hokage's name by using this style. He goes, thank you, Naruto. He goes, but I should test you now, even harder. He goes, if you have that style, I must test you the hardest I can. I'll be going all out, and so should you. Alright, Naruto. As Naruto goes, sure thing, Kakashi-sensei. As he'd be in the hummingbird stance. It's a bit different, though, for some reason. As Kakashi goes, well then. As Shisui would be in the middle, as he goes, alright then. Start. You guys can start now. As doing so, Kakashi, when wanting to test Naruto to his fullest capabilities, he'd rush Naruto dodging and while predicting all his strikes, what it looks to be, from without using his Sharingan. As he would dodge them, blocking them, as Naruto, using his speed that's similar to Kakashi's right now, as he would rush fast as he could and strike Kakashi right in the gut as he would kick him away. He goes, Kakashi-sensei, you know a lot about this style, of course. It's meant for speed, and really, if you really want me to go all out, I will. As Jiraiya says to himself, oh no. As Shisui goes, what do you mean, Jiraiya-sensei? He goes, Naruto's not using his full speed, as you see. He wears restrictions on his body, so he doesn't accidentally move too fast. But it looks like if Kakashi's gonna have a really rough time with this fight. He will need the Sharingan to fight Naruto. Even I have trouble fighting him when he uses his full speed. As he goes, really? My younger brother's gotten that strong. As yes, he has, Shisui. As Naruto go through a couple hand seals, he goes, release. As doing so, like some markings over Naruto's body will now fade away. As Kakashi goes, what was that? He thinks. Naruto goes, those were restriction seals. I was restricting my body, my power of my body of speed and strength, so I don't accidentally hurt somebody with my speed or my strength. So now Kakashi-sensei, you might want to be prepared. As he would disappear from Kakashi's sight, Kakashi going, oh, where'd he go? As then Kakashi would get kicked on his left side, as the force from the kick almost caused him to start folding from where the kick was hitting, as he would go flying into the forest. As Ino and all them, Tsunade goes, he moves so fast. How? As Jiraiya speaks up, he goes, he's been training his body for 4 years straight. Learning as he goes, you learn later that as Kakashi come out of the forest, he goes, and while you're limping a bit, he goes, wow. He goes, that's amazing. He goes, it looks like I do need to use the Sharingan then. As he would activate the Sharingan, as he goes, fine then. I'll be using my full strength as well, Naruto. As Naruto would just nod his head, and as Kakashi and him would rush each other, meeting in the middle as forearms would contact with each other, basically being what happened in canon fight with Sasuke and Naruto. As the force from the two colliding caused some wind pressure to appear off of them. There was a pretty loud noise that made from the contact. As Naruto's not using his Sharingan right now. As Ino goes, he's fighting Kakashi-sensei without even his Sharingan. That's amazing. As Shisui would speak up, he goes, yes, Ino. I made sure my younger brother knew that the Sharingan you don't rely on too much. It's known to be a tool of the Uchiha, but over the time, the Uchiha were relying too much on the Sharingan's power. But my father has taught me and Naruto that the Sharingan's not something you need to rely on. You should rely on your skills beyond the Sharingan. And well, it's now known as Naruto thinks of the Sharingan as a tool, not something he relies on, obviously. Same with me, but Kakashi seems not to know this. Kakashi relies too much on the Sharingan. As they're just watching, Ino just looks at Shisui and goes, how strong do you think Naruto really is? Will he get faster if he uses the Sharingan? He goes, who knows? I don't know what my brother has learned. He's gave me the basics of what he's learned. And it's hard to even for me to understand. He goes, really, Hokage? He goes, yes, As she goes, wow, that's amazing. As we go back to the fight, they would basically break apart. But now, Naruto being badass, of course, as he would get in this fist fight with Kakashi, as Kakashi's now fighting Naruto, as they're clashing blows with kunais and fist, as Kakashi would throw a fist at him, Naruto catching it with his hand, forcing his hand to make a tiger sign. As Kakashi saw this, he goes, huh? As Naruto would do a backflip, goes fireball jutsu. As Kakashi goes, damn it, as he would do a mud wall. As from then, Naruto would rush them. And Naruto being unexperienced, as Kakashi having a lot more experience than Naruto would just rush him without doing what, of course, Obito did, throwing the kunai and stuff like that. As Naruto would rush him, as Kakashi would perceive this as, alright, there's a car outside turning on, it's lit, alright. So Naruto would come around the mud wall as fast as he could. Of course, Kakashi's having trouble keeping up with Naruto's speed, even with the Sharingan. As he thinks he's so fast. And to think he's not even using his Sharingan right now. That's amazing. As Naruto would try to attack, but Kakashi would obviously, using the Sharingan, would dodge it. Doing so, kicking Naruto in the side and pushing him back more. Naruto will come to a stop looking at Kakashi. Kakashi goes, "Alright then, looks like you passed taijutsu. You're stronger than I am. And you're not using it, but you need more experience, Naruto." As Naruto goes, "I know that, Kakashi-sensei. I believe experience is one of the most dangerous things a ninja has." As he goes, "Good. Now," as he goes, "ninjutsu." As Naruto activates Sharingan, as Kakashi goes, As Kakashi started going through Henseals, as Kakashi is right next to, of course, the river, and Naruto isn't. As he goes, "I can do water style." He's not next to the river, so he shouldn't be able to. As Naruto would start copying his Henseals, he goes, "No way." As they both say at the same time, "Water Dragon Jutsu." As Naruto's water dragon would appear out of thin air, as Kakashi would come out of the water, clashing head on. As Kakashi being stunned from Naruto's ability to take the moisture out of the air, and while becoming an air, making a water dragon from just thin air, caused him to be a little bit surprised and out of daze for a second. Doing so, Naruto pushed through the water that's falling, and he would have, while his fists would be enhanced by chakra from the looks of the Sharingan. As doing so, Kakashi would block, knowing that Naruto being too fast to even, he can't dodge this, as he would take it full on. As Naruto goes, as he smirks while he punches Kakashi's forearms, as Kakashi would be flying back into the water. As that was a wind chakra enhanced punch. So yeah. As he swims to the top of the water, as he looks up, as he's like in the water, goes, "There's water. There's no way." As doing so, he tried to jump out fast as he could, but would fail. As Naruto is next to him, and now he goes, "Jutsu complete, water prison jutsu." As he goes, How did you?" As Naruto goes, "I'll tell you." So, mainly, the water dragon was, of course, distraction. You were testing me, you doing water style. I had been noticed here behind you was this river. Beforehand, when the dragons collide, I sent a clone to start a jutsu, the water prison jutsu. As he goes, "So you planned that I would?" Goes, "Yes." By seeing your shocked face as soon as you saw that water dragon I created out of thin air, I would use the opportunity of the surprise and the element of surprise, using a wind chakra enhanced punch, sending you back into the water. As you would then be, all I needed to do was for you to get soaked in the water that has my chakra in it, and luckily you did. So you lose the fight with ninjutsu, Kakashi-sensei, but at the same time, you are still the ninja who copied 1,000 jutsus. It is an honor to best you in the category of ninjutsu, though. He goes, "Thank you very much. Thanks, Naruto, for the praise. And also, you are very powerful." He goes, "Yes, you did best me, it seems to be." Because then, as he goes, "Genjutsu test." As Naruto goes, "Huh?" He goes, "Fine then." As Kakashi would use the Sharingan and activated Genjutsu looking at Naruto. As in the Genjutsu, Naruto would start seeing everybody he loves getting killed. As Naruto goes, as he goes, "Kakashi-sensei really is trying to test me, I see." He goes, "But he's not a true Uchiha like I am. So, I can counter this." As he goes, "Pure darkness, Genjutsu." As if this is a Genjutsu Naruto had developed over the time. Pure darkness is a counter Genjutsu is used to reflect the same Genjutsu in somebody, but making it also a lot worse. As Kakashi's now the Genjutsu, as he's watching the Genjutsu from outside, as he would see Naruto's Sharingan spin, as he goes, "What is he doing? Is he going to negate Sharingan?" And the next thing you know, Kakashi starts seeing everybody die in front of him. He goes, "Oh, what's happening?" He goes, "Obito, Rin, what the hell's happening?" As he would start hearing Naruto's voice, he goes, "Kakashi Sensei, this is the exact genjutsu that you placed on me." He goes, I've developed a technique I call pure darkness. I can reflect any genjutsu on the person who will put the genjutsu on me. That even being the Kotsumatsukami. I've yet to test it, but from what I've heard from my brother's Mangekyo, he can only use it once, and it will take 30 years to charge. So I won't be testing that anytime soon, of course. As he's like, "Please stop this." The sure thing, Kakashi Sensei. Because you passed for sure, kid. As they're outside again, as Kakashi goes, as he's breathing kind of heavily, he goes, "What does that genjutsu may do? But why do I feel so fatigued?" He goes, "Pure darkness. It reflects the genjutsu on somebody else, also making it a couple times worse than it was be. But I made it the same exact amount you made it for me, though. I didn't want to be too harsh on that. Also, it doesn't use my chakra. It uses the chakra of the user to activate this genjutsu. Being my genjutsu, I can allow it to make it use more chakra than your regular genjutsu that you put on me, Kakashi Sensei." He goes, "Amazing." He goes, "To think that you created a genjutsu like this is something else, Naruto." He goes, "Thanks, Kakashi Sensei." As he goes, "You for sure are stronger than I am. I can't deny that. But though, we still have 2 more tests." He goes, "Sealing." As Naruto goes, "Alright then." As Naruto, he goes, "I'm pretty sure I've already succeeded you in sealing. There's no reason to test that, of course. I'm a sealing master, and Jiraiya Sensei's even said I am. And he's a sealing master as well." He goes, "Then you pass in that category. Then, the last one, Kinjutsu." Naruto smiles. He goes, "Alright then, Kakashi Sensei." As Naruto would unsheath his blade, as he goes, "This is my blade." As next you know, the blade starts humming, and it looks like it's vibrating a bit. As with Shisui and them, they're like, as he goes, "What happened between the two?" As Shisui goes, looks like they used a battle of genjutsu. Naruto, I don't know what Naruto did, but it looked like he reflected the genjutsu back to Kakashi, but caused using Kakashi's chakra instead of his own. But it looks like Naruto's holding back, it looks like. As Jiraiya goes, "He used his genjutsu he created, I see." Shisui goes, "What do you mean?" Jiraiya Sensei goes, "Naruto created the genjutsu over the time of training. He calls it pure darkness. He can reflect any genjutsu that gets appeared on him, maybe even your Kotsumatsukami." Shisui, he goes, "Really?" He goes, "Yes. It takes a good amount of chakra, but with Naruto's reserves, you understand. It's not that much then, right?" He goes, "Yes. For Naruto, that's a little chakra, but for Kakashi, that's a whole different story for him. Using the chakra of his opponent also causes fatigue over time. If the genjutsu over time still sucks in the chakra, he can make the genjutsu that he reflected using the genjutsu, his technique, can also make the technique 3 times stronger if he wanted to, but not trying to injured Kakashi so badly with the genjutsu. He held back, of course." Goes, "So, Naruto's become a master of genjutsu as well as I." Goes, "Yes. Yes, Shisui, your brother has become also a genjutsu master as well as you." As he goes, "Amazing. To think he's only 16 years old." As he goes, as they would hear them talk about sealing, as Shisui goes, "So he's a sealing master just like you?" He goes, "Yes, he's actually surpassed me. But I've already told Kakashi that Naruto's past sealing for sure. Surpassing me and even sealing, maybe even the fourth Hokage, or even his own mother, Kushina. As Ino's just listening to this, she's just amazed that Naruto has come so strong. As Naruto, as he goes, it looks like they're doing the last test, Kenjutsu. As Shisui would look, as he would activate his Sharingan, because he had a Sharingan active the whole time, so he could still see Naruto perfectly fine. Because they're at the same level, really. Shisui and Naruto are at the same level. But Shisui has an advantage, that being experience and also having the Mangekyo. As he's watching, as he sees Naruto unsheath his blade, he goes, "Such a fine blade. Where did he get that from?" He goes, the sand village." Because the wind user, he goes, that's when he learned the wind stuff. The wind, that's when he became the master of wind techniques, right? He goes, yes. He found a blade that only utilizes wind chakra nature, and wind being the perfect chakra nature for sword, for Kenjutsu. He bought one, and it fits him perfectly, to be honest. He goes, I thought the Tanto fitted him, but it looks like, as it looks of it, it looks like the blade. He goes, wait, the chakra, it looks like it's going up and down at a very fast rate. He goes, yes. He goes, yeah, Shisui. Naruto learned he's mastered the wind chakra nature as long as lightning, fire, and water. He goes, that's amazing. As Shisui, as Ino would say that as well. And she goes, but what does the vibrating chakra do? And she goes, see, from what Naruto's told me, the wind chakra nature, you don't want to force it to be sharp. You want to finally sharpen it over time, which Naruto has done in the past year, causing his wind is probably a lot sharper than even Asuma's wind chakra. And also negating the effect, as if you ever seen a saw at use, have you? She goes, yes, it saws back and forth and basically shreds. She goes, yes. But Naruto's blade is so sharp now, it cuts through metal like nothing, like butter. But when the reason it vibrates, it causes a saw effect, sawing and cutting his way through anything, as it makes the blade even sharper then. As Shisui goes, so, as from what Mifune said himself, Naruto has the sharpest blade in the world. As Shisui goes, I'm proud of you, little brother. Just think that you already surpassed me, he says. As Ino goes, what? He surpassed you, Hokage? Really? As Jiraiya goes, it's true. Nobody's able to fight Naruto at this level right now. Nobody in the village. The only way for us to beat Naruto is one, either to be able to somehow get him away from his sword. His sword techniques are the most dangerous thing that's ever been created in Kenjutsu. Also, Ino, it would even take 3 Sonings to take down Naruto. Naruto can give us a run for our money, me and Tsunade. But I could still beat Naruto, but it would make me even have to use Sage Mode. And it would take Shisui to use his full power to beat Naruto as well. But Naruto's at a young age. He's still growing. As she would catch on, she goes, so, when he gets older, causing him to grow, he gets stronger and faster when he grows older. So he'll surpass you in any time. He goes, yes. So Naruto's already surpassed us, but he may not be stronger than us now, but with the techniques and over time, it's basically he surpassed us already. As Tsunade would finish. Yes, but I would like to train a boy in medical ninjas as well. He said he learned all ninja arts. Well, he hasn't learned one, and that's one you've learned as well, mastered as well. He goes, you're gonna teach him medical ninjutsu. He goes, the basics of it. To master medical ninjutsu, you just need to learn the basics. Really, learning the basics will basically make you a master. But becoming a true master is someone like you and me. Be able to be known to be the best of our jobs, along with Sakura as well. So Naruto can be called a master medical ninjutsu if he learned all the basics and stuff, but if he wants to be a true master, he would have to unlock the 100 Heal seal as well. She goes, I haven't unlocked that yet. He goes, but I could tell you're close, along with Sakura as well. He goes, but I think Sakura might be working on something different now. I think she's been training with Genjutsu recently. As she goes, so you think she might not unlock it now? He goes, no, she might, but it might take longer than you because you've been training straight medical ninja the whole time. She goes, thanks, Lady Tsunade. He goes, don't worry, my little student. So, as we go back to the fight with Kakashi and now Naruto, as Kakashi would see Naruto's blade as he goes, amazing, the concentrated chakra, it's like I've never seen this before. What is this technique he's learning? Kenjutsu, he goes, Naruto goes, sorry Kakashi sensei, but I can't use my techniques on you, or it will kill you. I'm sorry, I might fail this test if I can't show you, but I can show you what the sword can really do. As he goes, watch slowly. I just watch. As he stops next to the tree, as he would slowly, just very slowly, just move his blade through the tree. After his blade moved, he would just tap the tree as it fall over. He goes, my blade is so sharp, Kakashi sensei, that I can cut through metal with butter like it's butter. He goes, I don't want to use this technique against you. I don't want to hurt you with my Kenjutsu. As he goes, thanks Naruto for a heads up. He goes, alright, you passed Kenjutsu. It looks like you've surpassed me. Naruto, congratulations. As I deem you worthy of the rank of Jonin. He goes, what do you mean? He goes, this also was a way to test your skill, but if I see fit during this test, I can appoint you the rank of Jonin. And Shisui, your brother, of course, allowed me to. As Shisui would come, as they would all walk next up to them, as Naruto put his blade back, he goes, really, older brother? I'm going to become the rank of Jonin? Because you're already the rank of Chunin, of course, so I see why not. And from it, you have become probably the strongest Jonin of the village. Probably only rivaled by Might Guy, of course. Naruto goes, Guy Sensei with his 8 gates techniques, right? He goes, yes. If he uses the all the gates, he could be even stronger than all Hokages combined. As Naruto goes, that's amazing. So, right now, yes, you have earned the rank of Jonin, Naruto. As he pulled out a vest, as he goes, here. This is a custom vest I've made for you, myself. As I put seals on there, it makes the vest, of course, more durable, but also more heavier. So it's kind of like a weighted vest. He goes, thank you. He goes, well, why is the vest a different color than the natural green? He goes, because I made it myself, and I think this would look really good with you. As he goes, thank you, I guess. As basically, he would be given a dark gray vest instead of a green. As he would put it on, as he goes, thanks, elder brother. Hokage. He goes, as he'd give him a new headband as well, he goes, I notice that headband of yours is really old and raggedy. He goes, here's a new one. As Naruto goes, hey, elder brother, is it okay if I engrave something on the headband? He goes, sure thing, why not? He goes, what do you need? He goes, why? He goes, I feel like I always wanted to do this. He goes, may I? He goes, sure thing then. As the new headband, he would take it, and he would engrave 2 symbols on it. He would engrave 4 symbols on it, that being the first 2 Uchiha and the Uzumaki crest on the top left corner. On the bottom right corner would have the symbol of a snowflake, and also the symbol well, a heart. As Shisui goes, so the Uchiha plan an Uzumaki crest. Interesting. What are the other two? He goes, the first one is to honor what Mifune Sensei has taught me, the land of snow. And then the heart is signifying my love for the village and love for this village. He goes, I like how that works. I might implement that to the, because that might be new metals. He goes, I like how that works. He goes, fine then. As Shisui would take off his headband, doing the same thing. Also with the Uzumaki clan, he goes, Elder brother Shisui, why'd you put the... Goes, we're only half brothers, Naruto.